Hey everybody, I've been completely slacking, so this is actually video number 12 for those of you that have been following our progress here out of the top 19 things they don't teach you in real estate school. And it's been a few days, so guilty. You guys got to keep me accountable too through shooting these videos. But number 12 out of 19 is master listing presentation. So I'm sure many of you have by now definitely heard that you have to list to last in this business. And there is a lot of truth to that. Listings is definitely where it's at. It's certainly how you gain market share and get the most exposure for yourself and for your business. Again, I've mentioned in earlier videos, but if you haven't ever read or listened to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, Gary Keller talks about the 3 L's of real estate, which are leads, listings, and leverage. And it's no mistake in there that listings is a massive part of that 3L plan. So you got to list to last, and so when you are able to master your listing presentations, you got to think about this first of all, not just from a first impression standpoint, but as the conversation continues and you're at the dining room table or maybe you're at the office meeting this client, you got to think at it from their lens. How are you coming across? What is your preparation? You're basically asking them to hire you to likely sell the biggest investment of their life. All right, and so yes, you better know that contract backwards and forwards. If you can't present a listing agreement upside down, like the back of your hand, you still got some work to do. You haven't mastered it yet. But from just a strictly listing presentation standpoint, I'm not going to go into all the fundamental breakdowns, kind of the different stages of a listing presentation in this specific video. We will do that moving forward. Definitely things like needs analysis and the great questions to ask and being prepared with your market analysis and all those fun things that make up a listing presentation. But a lot of people just tend to focus on, here's what I'm going to do to market your home, or here's the comps that I pulled, and they don't have anything else. And I think it just speaks volumes a lot that you've come prepared. It's a nice bound, nice looking, or maybe you have it on your iPad to scroll through presentation. And in a perfect world, or I should say the real world, you're probably not going to say, okay, page 1, page 2, page 3. It's more conversational than that, but the point is, if you need to draw to something specifically, boom, you can go to page 22 for that. Or if they want to know about your marketing plan, boom, you go to page 13 for that. And what that does, it breeds confidence. It allows you to be an active listener instead of worrying about what you're going to say next. If you have a duplicatable listing presentation that, don't cringe when I say this word, that's scripted, then you're able to engage with your client more and really understand what are their goals from selling their home, what are their needs, where are they moving to, and all those important things that it's your job to help them through, instead of, again, just worrying about what you're going to say next. So not just having a listing presentation, but I said mastering the listing presentation, which means role playing and doing even real play with somebody in your office or maybe your spouse or whoever you can to practice on them, because it's a big deal and you need to have that refined. What would that look like if you had a 75% conversion rate or more for listing appointments? See, a lot of agents that I work with are doing the work. They're going on the number of listing appointments, yet it's that conversion rate that's suffering. They may only be converting at a 30% rate or maybe a 50% rate. And if we do the math and kind of look at the gap analysis there and assume they're converting at a 75% rate, they're blowing their goals out of the water. You don't have to necessarily do more work. You're already doing the work. Now it's refining the skill or the presentation so it's smoother, it's duplicatable, and that way it becomes a model that if something goes wrong or I need to tweak something in the way I'm delivering it, you can go back to something in your listing presentation and get that figured out. But last time I checked, winging it does not work very well, so don't wing your listing presentations. Be prepared, come from a place of value and contribution, and more often than not, you're going to gain that listing. So thank you guys again for watching. This is video number 12 of 19. Stay tuned for more for the top 19 things they don't teach you in real estate school. See ya.